and just finished the top 5 upset against Illinois.
Good morning. Sean took my whole speech from me right there. So yeah, we're five matches into our season. We have a really young team, and I think going in, a lot of us really weren't sure what to expect. So far, it's been a really nice surprise. A lot of our younger players and our newer players have really stepped up. And as a result of that, we went 3-0 in our first weekend home tournament, and then defeated Iowa and Illinois this past weekend in the Big Ten Pac-12 Challenge. Like I mentioned, young players, we have a couple freshmen, Sterling Parker and Jill Schneggenberger, starting for us, and then we have a mix of some returning starters, Justine Spann and Danny Price and Rachel Whipple, kind of anchoring things for us. This is a very big week for us. It's a rivalry week. We play Colorado State at Moby on Thursday, and then we turn right around and play them again here at the Event Center on Friday. So it's kind of a back-to-back rivalry week, and it should be a great test. Colorado State's 5-1, I believe, and they start 5 seniors, so this is really a peak year for them. So looking forward to this week, and looking forward to getting better.
Jesse, talking about having a young team and then going out and doing what you've done at this point and sweeping a number 5 team in the country, are you even a little surprised by how quickly this group's come along?
Yeah, in the locker room beforehand, I was talking about, hey, this is going to be a long match and a 5-set match, and we have to be consistent throughout. And one of Justine Spann afterwards was like, joking around, like, have more faith. We're going to beat everyone in 3, which I know isn't going to happen. But I think whenever you have a new team or a young team, you might have some results that kind of are all over the place. And I think there's obviously the possibility for that with us. I think we're talented enough to have wins like this, and I think we're young enough to possibly have some slip-ups if we don't continue to focus on what we need to do to continue to get better.
Just curious, how did you come up with the back-to-back, the games against CSU? What went into the thinking of that?
Yeah, so, since I've been here, Tom and I have agreed to play, alternating years, and we always try to bring in another team or two to help that happen. It's really hard to find teams that want to come play us and Colorado State, especially a match here and a match up in Fort Collins. And we're having trouble doing that with the type of competition that we wanted. And frankly, for us, Colorado State is probably one of our best RPI opportunities every year. And so I proposed to Tom, why don't we just play each other twice every year, because that'll help us both out. So we tried it this year. We'll do it again next year, and then we'll kind of reevaluate. We'll see who wins more, and then probably that person will have a say in it, I suppose.
Do many teams do many other programs do things like that?
You're seeing it more often. Again, the NCAA tournament is so RPI driven. There's almost an absolute cutoff at about 50. And so you really have to pay attention to your non-conference schedule and what you do there. And so Illinois, for example, who we just played, they played Tennessee in a home and home the week before. And so I think for the right teams, it makes a lot of sense. But it's kind of a 2-year experiment, and we'll see how it goes.
Jesse, saw the release last night about adding this new traveling trophy
Yep.
between the teams you've coached at Colorado State. What do you think this can add to what already is a pretty good rivalry?
Yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. It was brought to us by our supporter group, our booster club, as a way to kind of create some interest in the rivalry. And as far as we can tell, there's really only one other volleyball rivalry like it And so we thought it was a really cool idea. We're calling it the Golden Spike. The winner gets to keep it for the following year. This year it's going to be whoever wins the second match will get to keep it for the following year. And Colorado State was on board and excited about it. And I think it will, create a really a friend. It's already a rivalry. I think it'll add to it even that much more. So we're looking forward to it. The trophy looks awesome. We're excited to hold on to it for a year.
Coach, CSU has a lot of in-state girls on their team. Rachel Whipple, of course, on your team. How important is it for them to have this rivalry and to play each other for the rights?
Yeah. It's great. The state of Colorado has a lot of really good volleyball in it, and Colorado State, Colorado, Denver recently has been very good. Northern Colorado as well, and so it's fun when your team is playing against people that they know and have competed with, coming up. There's a lot of those type of relationships between our two teams, so it adds a little bit to that fire, I think, and it'll definitely be a lot of fun.
And a quick follow-up, I spoke with Tom, and he said he makes it a point to really make sure he's getting all the best talent right here in Colorado. How are you doing with all that, and are you making it a focus to make sure you're getting the best talent in Colorado?
Yeah, I think, our philosophy is to recruit the best players we can, and we feel like we can recruit from anywhere in the country and anywhere in the world. If there is an elite player in Colorado, we're gonna recruit them. If there's an elite player in Utah, Kansas, doesn't really matter. And so that's something that's a focus for us, and I know it's a focus for them as well. We feel like that's a place where we can continue to get better. We've lost out on a few kids, not to Colorado State particularly, but to some other elite programs, and we have to continue to get better at that.
Coach, 2 years ago, you were the first in-state coach to beat Taunton and Moby. Can you talk about the pressures playing there?
The pressure playing in Moby? Well, they win 90% of their matches at home, and they've already lost one this year. So the stats are in their favor, I think, sometimes. It's a great atmosphere, really talented team, really well coached. I was up there for 7 years and had a great experience. And so, we know what we're walking into. A lot of players on this team have been in that gym and, beat them on their floor a couple years ago in 5. So we know it's going to be a great volleyball atmosphere. We know it's going to be a high-level match. Frankly, we're really excited about that. We see matches like that 20 times a year in our conference. And so because of that, it kind of gives us, there's nothing that we're not ready for, I don't think. But it'll also be a great kind of primer for us going into the Pac-12 season here in a couple weeks as well.
All right, any other questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.